Laurie, a very good afternoon to you. You are no doubt pleased at this court decision today.
Yes, of course, Temekile, we're really grateful and elated. It's been a long road up till now, and we know it's just, a step on the way. But we're elated for now, and it's a great step along the way.
Elated as you are, it is still quite a long road ahead, isn't it? Because it's one thing for the courts to say the church has to allow same-sex unions and all of that, but it's the individuals in the church who will determine the comfort, I suppose, of the gay community inside the congregation.
Yes, true, man. And it is also an invitation to everyone on grassroots level to now step up to the plate because, the courts actually assist us in moving forward and making clear to us what is really discriminatory and, which is an infringement of human dignity, as the court has declared in this case. And therefore, the church, by all means, as a religious institution, it's supposed to embody what the gospel, the good news, is supposed to be all about, and that is to be about indiscriminatory practices, and therefore equality for all, and embrace of everyone as they are created in God's image. And therefore, I think this is an invitation for members on grassroots level to get their heads around this, and also to be reminded that the courts can sometimes give indication in which direction we need to develop and to grow and to think about and to actually embody at the end of the day.
What do you say then, Laurie, to other members of the Dutch Reformed Church who are listening to this conversation and saying, in fact, what you are saying argues against the values of Christianity and the Bible, and that what this court decision is going to do is erode Christian values in the Dutch Reformed Church?
Yeah, we're quite aware that there's fellow believers whose convictions are quite contrary to ours, and therefore this is an invitation to continue along the journey together, to get their heads around this, to have the second thought, and have a second look at their convictions and think, is this truly in line with the gospel of love for your neighbor and for people who are quite different from yourself? We at the Dutch Reformed Church comes from the painful history of being instrumental in upholding apartheid and therefore discrimination on racial grounds. And we had to learn this lesson very costly and very dearly, and it's still with us. We're still grappling with that and moving on from that. And therefore, this is another invitation, to also apply what we've learned in the past on this issue of sexual orientation, gender identity, and diversity. And, to go back to think how we can read the Bible more responsibly and respectful to this old, ancient compilation of books that we find in the Bible.
You've managed successfully then, you and those who share your view, to convince the courts that this was the right way to go. Do you expect that other denominations will then take their various ministries down the same route? And should that happen, would you be able, as people who've been able to argue successfully here, to team up with those people who want to challenge whatever church they belong to accept same-sex unions? And would you be able to assist them in formulating some sort of argument?
Yes, definitely. This has been a test case. It's not only applicable, obviously, on our internal denomination, but also on religious institutions in general and institutions in general. It holds them up against the background of the Constitution, to which all of us in South Africa need to adhere. And the Constitution is helping us. And as I said earlier, this we should see as an invitation for all institutions, and especially for churches and religious institutions, to not discriminate against people on religious grounds, to have a look again at our religious grounds. Are they so in line with the gospel that we're supposed to preach? And also for other religious denominations and their values that they're supposed to subscribe to. Can we continue to stand behind the door regarding the human rights violations that we actually commit in the process?
What did it do to you over the years as a practicing Christian to know that you existed in a religious space, a spiritual space, where you were unable, in essence, to be fully true to yourself?
I think good faith, and you do get bad faith and good faith, in the sense of good faith that is truly liberatory and that is helping you to be that life-affirming, to make the best of life, to live a meaningful life, and therefore it's also affirming your human dignity in the process. That is good faith, and that helps you to come to integration also regarding your sexual orientation, to fully be human and to celebrate that in a responsible way before the face of God, because that's just the diversity that God creates and that God blesses the earth with, and all of us as human beings in religious institutions as well, and in society in general.
Do you expect the church will appeal?
I hope not. Truly, I hope not. I think it would not be wise. I think by now they would have gotten this message that it wouldn't be the best way to go, but that they use this as an opportunity to go back to the drawing board and to take their own stance under consideration, and the damage that they've done, the pain that they've caused, and, taking responsibility for that and helping others to move forward.
Theologian and gay rights activist from the Dutch Reformed Church, Laurie Gome, thank you.